Welcome to the weekly gaming blast. I'm your host, AkibanaZero.
And I'm Rue the Gamer. Hello.
Hey man, how was your time here in Brighton?
It was fantastic. I actually got to play some fighting games over the weekend, which was fun. Well, I say fighting games. Do you count Dead or Alive as a fighting game, or is it just a breast simulator?
I'm I'm one of those people that actually kind of likes Dead or Alive, so yeah, it's a fighting game if you're
It's
asking me.
enjoyable. Don't get me
It
wrong.
is.
I do have fun playing it, and like mechanically, it's very sound. But those those breasts, they need to be
Uh, the,
brought under control.
the, the jiggles, man. You can't go wrong with the jiggles.
No, they've got it so on the PlayStation, it's mapped to six axis. So if you wiggle the controller, the breasts will jiggle. It's it's
Yes.
unreal. Last round is a tiring experience, I must admit, for many senses.
How did you how did you even come across a group of people to play Dead or Alive with?
Oh, there when I used to, well, I think it was my third year of uni, I lived with someone who played Dead or Alive. So because I was at his house, his new house, a couple of other people were there that normally play Dead or Alive with us. So yeah, we just had a little bit of fun playing Dead or Alive.
Nice.
Mm.
Right, no judgment from me. I mean, waifus and fighting games can't go wrong with that.
And
And
what about
big
you
boobs.
this weekend
Uh,
and this
hey,
week?
I had a live stream of Dark Souls yesterday.
I caught bits of that. I didn't catch the whole thing, but I caught the initial skeleton related salt.
The Skellywag, not the
They
Skellington, the
were,
Skellywags.
those things really do not like you.
They don't, no, they don't at all. And then I got to see the wheelie skeletons, which, yeah, that's not gonna be fun when I have to deal with them for real. So, ugh.
Mm.
Anyway, but it was massively fun. I haven't live streamed in a while, and I really enjoyed having everyone on the stream and stuff. And it was cool. It was cool. I had fun. Yeah, it was fun.
You just seem like you were having fun, to be fair. So
I fun and getting really really super annoyed. But yeah, that's Dark Souls for you,
they're the
right?
same thing, aren't they? Really?
One thing I learned was that Dark Souls can become a fun experience when your friends are there watching and laughing at you.
Well, at least you had fun on some level.
Yeah, I did. And say, by the way, that's a pretty neat little game you have right there behind you.
The Metroid
Wow.
Legacy Edition.
Oh, I so hate you right now. Ah.
To be fair, Metroid is one of my, if not my favorite, one. No, I'd say one of my, not my favorite, one of my favorite game series. So the moment I heard that that was announced, I immediately pre-ordered that edition.
Just like I did with DB Fighters.
Mm.
Yeah,
I haven't
collector's
pre-ordered that yet.
edition.
I'm going to, but I haven't pre-ordered it yet.
Yeah. Well, I pre-ordered the collector's edition, so yeah, that's the only collector's edition I think I'll ever pre-order in my entire life. But yeah, worth it. I mean, lifelong childhood dream. But yeah, tell us more. Tell us more about Metroid. You haven't
Well,
even played it yet,
no,
right?
I haven't played it yet because I've been away for the weekend. So my that's what my evening's going to be basically.
Oh, that's really cool. You,
Yeah,
you care to maybe unbox it for us then?
I can do. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
could
would
do
be
a live
awesome.
unboxing.
Yeah,
Um,
that would be great.
one sec, I'll
Well,
need to move this
that
back a bit.
that would be live for me, not for them. But yeah, that's fine. Privileges.
Well, yeah, you've got like exclusive privileges. So, yeah, so bear in mind I've only really got this out of the box. So it's actually a quite big size box, quite thick as opposed to normal.
Sweet.
So, Metroid Legacy Edition. First thing you notice on the very top is this little thing.
Yeah, just bring it a little closer, because yeah, you're on a tiny frame. Whoa, that is lovely. What is
Beautiful
it?
little display box, which, if I'm not mistaken, let's look at here. This is the gold Samus emblem badge.
Oh, sweet.
So that's the first bit. Wow, there's a lot in here. Um, Next, a little blind package,
Ooh.
of which I know what that is. That's the Morph Ball keyring.
Ah, nice.
Uh, Next, a very very nice feeling, so very solid feeling art book,
Oh, like
which I've just noticed holding it up. If you flip it over, it's Metroid, the original Metroid 2 logo.
oh yeah,
So,
that's cool. That's so
oh,
cool.
and also the artwork on the inside, that's for the new game, and but if you look at it from the other end, it has the art from the old one.
Oh, that's so cool.
That is actually one of the coolest
Whoa.
art. This is the second coolest art book I've ever owned. Remind me to show you at some point the best one. Um, the game itself, with its incredible artwork, and also I'm really glad they removed the mat because it had a massive European age rating badge in Europe,
Oh.
but clearly they've removed that because it's not there anymore. But it covered
Yeah.
like a big portion of the box. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful artwork.
That's Europe for you, right over there.
Oh, that's not bad. A download code for the original Metroid 2.
That's nice.
For 3DS, which is nice. A soundtrack CD for
cool.
Metroid 2, Samus
Oh,
Returns.
I love the cover art there. That's really nice. I like black and white art like that.
But this last bit, this is the reason I bought the moment I saw this was in the Legacy Edition. This is why I bought it. A steelbook case with the original Game Boy, made to look like the original Game Boy.
That is really really awesome.
And that's the actual like cartridge art as well, because that was what was on the art, because I had the original game as well.
Nice.
But yeah, a beautiful steelbook made to look like the original Game Boy cartridge, which is
so cool.
Brilliant.
So cool. Right.
But that
great buy.
That's probably one of the best collector's editions I've ever bought. Just
Amazing.
because of the sheer amount in it. And it's all good stuff. It's not that they haven't given you any pointless tat like they normally do with these collector's editions.
Yeah, that's one of the things I usually don't really appreciate. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I love looking at artwork, but I don't really like collecting art books. So usually these collector's editions don't do it for me because of, you know, art books and stuff. But yeah, and sometimes they carry like some really useless crap, but a lot of that stuff looks really, really cool. I love the steelbook. And the soundtrack just looks absolutely amazing.
That steelbook does look just like, as I say, that's the reason I bought the special edition, because the steelbook looked amazing, and it has not disappointed. This collector's edition is by far one of the best things I think I've purchased in a long time, and in fact, it's one of the first Nintendo games I've purchased in a long time. As I say, being press has its privileges, and yeah, beautiful little game.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that, man. That was really cool of you. It was really cool of you.
Also,
nice.
Quite cool and unusual for us to have an unboxing on the podcast.
Yeah, because we don't have a controversial section today.
No, we don't. This week has been well done, games industry.
Nothing bad happened this time, right? Nothing bad at all.
I can't believe it. I genuinely can't believe it.
Me neither. But I feel empty inside now. Why do a podcast anymore? We're done. Bye. See you guys.
I know one thing we haven't discussed though. What have you been playing? Apart from Dark Souls.
Apart from Dark Souls and apart from Destiny 2.
Oh, yeah, Destiny 2. Yes.
It's still on
your love affair.
Yep. I tried the raid as well. So I'm just about ready to do an impressions video on that as well, which I really do want to do. The raid is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. I was just like blown away. We managed to defeat the first boss, quote unquote boss of the game. We got the first piece of loot out of it. But second kind of like, you know, gave us some trouble. But yeah, overall, yeah, it's been really great with Destiny 2. New game that I've been playing this week has been Gunvolt. I finally picked up, I finished Shantae and I picked up Gunvolt.
I was in Azure Striker Gunvolt on Switch.
Exactly, Azure Striker Gunvolt on Switch. Amazing collection, amazing game. Just really, really cool. It just reminds me of Mega Man all over again and on steroids, literally.
But you're very Mega Man, aren't you? So
I love Mega Man, yeah.
When you bought, in that collection, do you get Mighty Gunvolt with it?
No.
I would suggest, because it's relatively cheap, track down Mighty Gunvolt.
Yeah, that's the 8-bit one, the
Yeah,
8-bit version. Yeah, I'll have a look at that as well. That's got like some cool customizations you can do to the bullets and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Plus also you get to play as Beck from Mighty Number Nine in
Ah,
a game that's better than Mighty Number Nine.
that's a plus since I haven't been able to appreciate Beck quite yet because I'm one of those poor people who actually funded Mighty
Yeah.
Number Nine and has been massively disappointed with the game. Why am I talking about this? Let's talk about you. What have you been playing?
Okay, I've been playing two games. Well, one's technically DLC. The first one I've been playing Spectre of Torment, the Shovel Knight DLC,
Mm-hmm.
which I hadn't played until now. It came out ages ago, and I just thought that I'd pick it up. Um, and it's very fun. The way Spectre Knight controls is wonderful in comparison to Shovel Knight. Um, yeah, it's just a really fun game. They've got remixes of all of the stage music, so all of the stages feel familiar, but they're not. All of the mechanics that Spectre Knight has are clearly very well thought out in terms of level design as well, because the levels flow very nicely because of the way that Spectre Knight controls, which is wonderful. And that's in my opinion, that's something they messed up with Plague Knight. So Shovel Knight, all the levels felt like they were made for Shovel Knight to play in. So you never felt like anything was completely out of your reach or that was beyond your skill. Plague Knight, it felt a little bit less, it felt a little bit more randomized. So you
Mm.
had less control over the character, and they've brought that back with Spectre Knight, and Spectre Knight is now very controllable once you get the hang of his controls, because he has some really weird mechanics that you have to get the hang of. But other than that, he's just a wonderful character to play as. Um, and the other game I've been playing is I've been playing the Octopath Traveler demo on Switch.
Ooh, I played that a little bit as well.
It
What are
is
your impressions?
incredible. I finished the first character's story, well, in the demo.
You mean
Um,
the knight or
I've done
the
the
dancer?
knight. I've done the knight
Ah,
instead of the
I started
dancer.
the dancer.
And I've done that entire thing. I'm gonna I think I'm gonna do a kind of preview article on it, just on the demo, because I will buy this game. It's from the same people that, well, it's from the producers of Bravely Default, which is one of my favorite games on the 3DS.
I love
So
Bravely Default.
I was always going to pick up Octopath Traveler when it came out anyway, but now playing the demo, it is very worth it. I really have enjoyed playing that.
That's not going to be the final name of the game, right? They're just calling
I
it by
hope
the
it
project
is.
name. You hope it is.
It's a stupid name, and I love it.
It's- yeah, I agree. I don't think. Well, I've heard that that's just the project name, but maybe they might keep it.
Well,
I don't
because the
see
thing
why
is,
not.
it works with the idea of the game. That's the thing. Octopath Traveler, you're playing as 8 characters with different paths through the game. Octopath
Mm.
makes perfect sense. Um, Plus, also, in all fairness, like Bravely Default, Where the Fairy Flies was a stupid name for a game as well.
Yeah, that indeed. Yeah, Bravely Default. That was. I think they're gonna keep it in the end because Bravely Default sounds like another project name
Yeah,
because of the Brave and Default system.
and then Bravely Second, that brought back the Brave and Default system, but then added the Brave. Well, no, actually, it enhanced the Bravely Second system that was in Bravely Default. Ugh.
Naming conventions, I
Yes,
guess.
Japanese naming conventions.
Gotta love them. Well,
Mm.
I'm loving how the stories just feel incredibly real and depressing. Like that
Oh, they
sounds a
do.
bit. Yeah, and that is something you don't get very often in a Nintendo game. Like something that's really real and really dark like that. Especially the dancer's story just feels incredibly sad. I'm not sure of the knight yet, but the dancer generally feels like she's in this really dark situation in this really dark world.
The Knight is the same.
Oh man.
Very dark. I haven't played the Dancer yet, but the Knight, very dark backstory. Very dark, actually, continuation of that said same story. And also the way the demo ends, it ends in a way that really makes you want to know more, which is great. I like that sort of cliffhanger.
Yeah, and it's good for a story to be like that. If it flows that way and it makes you want more, that's definitely something to pick up. So I'm
Mm.
greatly looking forward to this game as well. A really pure JRPG with innovations and a very nice story. That's definitely something I'm gonna put money in as well.
I'll see you
So
there.
here we are now. Let's moving on to our short and sweet news. Let's start with a rumor. Cyberpunk 2077 by Project CD Red, Project Red CD, Project CD Red, whatever. There is a claim that the world of Cyberpunk is going to be 4 times bigger than Witcher 3 plus DLC.
Which, if that's
Thoughts?
true, would make it phenomenally big.
Massive.
Because The Witcher 3 on its own was huge without the DLC.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played the game, but I have friends that play it, and they tell me how big the world is, and I can't even imagine, like, 4 times bigger. That's, wow, that's big. I mean, that's gonna make for a really big game, but I wonder, like, at some point, how big is enough? Like, it kind of concerns me a little bit at this point. I mean, do we really need massive worlds like that big?
That's a big topic.
It is, isn't it?
I would say more often than not, no, because what I've found is the bigger the world, the less that's in it normally. I mean, Breath of the Wild is a very good example of that. It's a huge world for sure, but it has a lot less in it, and it feels a lot less. It feels a lot less like a game world than Zelda has been before. I think that's the sort of point I'm trying to make. That because it's so big and because there's so little in it, it feels a lot more like the real world.
Well, our world has quite a bit in it, but still, yeah, I can see what you mean. I mean, it's not like every now and then you're walking down a path and there's always something interesting around you.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. But yeah, I think that does raise a pretty big topic. I mean, is it good to shoot for big things? And I think that's kind of a bit of the kind of problem that maybe No Man's Sky might have run into with a lot of gamers out there. I mean, even if you are the kind of adventurer, discoverer type of gamer, I guess at some point a dramatically huge world is probably going to feel very empty.
Yeah, I mean, with No Man's Sky though, it was a unfortunate thing of kind of ambition really outstripping the ability in that cause. But the thing is, I've had the same thing with like Assassin's Creed games, and I'm considering picking up Skyrim, but I know how much of an undertaking that would be. But like the worlds are getting bigger, you're right, but they aren't filling them enough with things to do. So really, they could be a smaller world with a lot to do, and it'd be a more enjoyable game, maybe. I don't know. I don't quite know where I fall on this.
It's very difficult to say because we haven't experienced the game that massive yet, and that type of game, at least an RPG. I mean, it's one thing to say a game like No Man's Sky where just running around and discovering things, and another thing when you're on an RPG on a quest. But what concerns me is that, okay, they can fill it with stuff, but it's probably going to be more of the same stuff. Fetch and grab type of quests, escort quests, maybe, I don't know what else you do in the Witcher 3 world, but that's definitely a concern.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So moving on, Nintendo finally joining the 21st century with their voice app, their Switch voice app. Finally, now you can use the voice app while your phone is on
doing anything else.
On sleep mode, while it's in the background, just like any other voice app out there. Congratulations, Nintendo! Reaching the standards. Huzzah.
Well done, but did you really have to wait for that? Was it really that hard to have that there from the beginning? Really, was it?
It was a rushed product, man. That particular app was a rushed product.
Definitely rushed. Beyond a shadow of a doubt.
And just as rushed that it was, we're going to rush past this piece of news and moving on. Bungie managed to get ahead of a bit of a piece of controversy. We almost had some controversy this week, but it didn't happen because Bungie went right ahead of it. So, there were a pair of gauntlets that drop in Destiny 2 for hunters. And I got those gauntlets, by the way. But the thing is that the way that it was, the symbol that was structured onto it looked like a KKK right on your shoulder over there. Like you're representing the Ku Klux Klan. So they managed to change the controversial gauntlets and make a short press release on it. A short tweet on it. They've changed it now. It doesn't look as controversial anymore. So yay for them. Good job.
Surely that would have, surely that would have gone past some sort of QA before it reached the game.
You know, that could have been one of those situations where it's like, it looks like a KKK. It does to me as well, but you know, let's see how it ends up. And then somebody else saw it and it's like, that looks like a KKK, change it. And it's like, oops, the game's out already. Gotta go through the patching process now. I think that's kind of what might have happened there.
But still. but no, to be fair, they did the right thing. Bungie did the right thing.
Yeah, definitely did the right thing. I mean, that's good for them for keeping ahead of it without it going out of control. That is definitely something that's right. Hopefully other companies can follow suit. Right, blasting through again once more. There was a bit of there's a possibility that a character was leaked for DLC for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Care to tell us who it is?
Well, obviously, disclaimer, this is a rumor.
A big rumor.
Leak.
Big leak.
But if the rumor is true, Gil, Street Fighter 3's antagonistic arse of a final boss, Gil, coming to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which I would be really, really pleased about.
Would be nice to see him.
Because at the moment, there's not enough decent characters in that roster for me to consider picking it up at this point.
There's not enough female characters in that roster.
That's also true.
That is another problem, yeah.
But yeah, if Gil was in it, I would... I mean, I would still wait. I think I'm going to wait until the deluxe edition or whatever comes out late at the Game of the Year, whatever edition comes out, whether DLC, the first wave of DLC is already in there, or wait for a sale or something. Because Gil on his own isn't a strong enough character for me to purchase another fighting game at the moment.
Yeah. Well, the game system does look like it's getting, that it's shaped up pretty well. But the thing is that the roster is a little weak to me, and it's generally feeling like yet another, here's another DLC fighter. Like, buy a base roster with $60 or £45 and then just keep chucking out there for DLC.
Yeah. Which is, unfortunately, Capcom's way of doing things at the moment. Really hope they drop that business model.
They have to figure it out. I think I would take Street Fighter 4's model over any other one at the moment.
Agreed.
Right, so care to guess what is the internet's latest obsession right now?
I know what it is, and I don't know how I feel about it.
It's Mario's nipples.
Mario has nipples,
Oh
and that's now an official canonical thing. Nintendo have showed it themselves. Mario has nipples, people.
Yay, confirmed. He doesn't have a hairy chest. He has nipples.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. Nintendo showed off. That is not a word. Showed off during the Nintendo Direct, which we will talk about towards the end of the episode in our Nintendo Direct Bonanza. They showed off a bunch of new videos for Super Mario Odyssey, and of course they showed some levels that are happening on a beach, on a tropical island. I'm not really sure what that is, but Mario is shirtless. And guess what? We're in the high-def graphics era, which means now we get to see more detail on our characters, which means Mario gets nipples. And so people have been memeing about it all around the internet. It's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, it's like, because he's just in a little pair of swim shorts and his hat, isn't he?
Yeah.
On the beach. It's the thing is, it's both wonderful and also slightly uncharacteristic of Nintendo at the same time. And I think those two things do come part and parcel as well, to an extent.
It does, doesn't it? But it's not the first time, actually, that Mario has appeared with nipples, by the way. I saw on the No that there was actually another game way back when. I think it was on the Nintendo Color or something like that. It was a Mario RPG something kind of game, Mario and Luigi Party. I'm not really sure which one it was. And he's coming out of the shower, and apparently there are like two little round things here where he's shirtless. So it's not the first time that Mario has actually been shown with nipples. So there you go.
Paper Mario?
No, it was another one. I don't know. There are just too many different Mario.
Yeah, there are
spoofs.
a lot of Mario games, to be fair.
Yeah. Could have
That
been a
does ring a
Mario
bell
football
now.
game or something, I think, too, now that I think about it.
It does ring a bell, Mario being in a towel, though.
Yeah. But anyway, Mario has nipples. Deal with it.
Yeah, everything's right with the world.
Well, lots of crazy good news from Arc System Works. They have been on a character reveal roll, starting off with showing off Lin, is it Line?
Lin.
Lin, Jin, and Yoshike for Blaze Brew cross tag battle. Jin is from the original Blaze Blue series. Lin is from from Under Night in Birth.
Yeah.
And Yosuke is from I'm stuck, Persona 4 Arena. So yeah, 3 more characters confirmed for that game. I absolutely cannot wait for that game to come out.
And also, we're starting to see now, especially Lin, we're starting to see how they're changing the sprites from the original games to suit a game where they're all together. Because Lin looks not massively different, but slightly different from Under Night.
You would probably know that better than me since you've played that game more, but yeah, that's they're definitely fitting together. That's what I've noticed. It doesn't look like any past versus games where they've just mashed the pixel character, the sprite characters all together from different games. So yeah, I guess they are working really hard to make sure that all of these characters feel like they fit the same game. That's really good. And there's also news for Dragon Ball Fighter Z. We have confirmation that Yamcha, Tien, and a brand new character for the game who's never appeared in any other game before, Android 21.
Android 21 looks incredible.
I love her. I love her.
She hasn't been confirmed as being playable yet. She's only confirmed so far as being in the story.
Ah. Well, should be playable.
But the thing I love about her is because she's designed by Akira Toriyama, she looks like a Dragon Quest character to me.
A Dragon Quest character?
But because of the way her hair flows, she doesn't look like a Dragon Ball character to me. She looks like a Dragon Quest character, which I'm more than happy about because I love Dragon Quest. And also the checkered dress thing looks very, very Dragon Quest. But Android 21, I'm utterly sold. I really, really hope she's playable. Because if so, she might actually replace one of the people that I've already decided I want to play as.
We'll have to see the playstyle, though. But yeah,
Don't
care. Let's just play what we like, right? That is what it's all about. That is exactly what it's all about. But I'm super hyped for Yamcha and Tien. These are 2 characters that people have been looking forward to because everybody's been worried that we're not going to see the underpowered and underrepresented Dragon Ball Super characters. Because let's be fair, Yamcha and Tien have not appeared in that series almost at all. And it's kind of depressing to say the least. Because despite the fact that especially Yamcha is heavily memed, they're still very much beloved characters. So it's great that they are finally confirmed as playable.
And also, Tien has Chaozu as a support.
Oh, yeah, indeed.
Similar to 17 and 18, which I'd like to see, because by the sounds of things, by the limited kind of translations of I can't remember what magazine the announcements were printed in, but the limited translations I've seen, apparently Chaozu can be used to extend combos with Tien.
Ooh,
that's interesting.
That's gonna make for some crazy stuff. And apparently, from looking at the stats that they showed off on Famitsu, was it right?
I think it was Famitsu.
I think it was Famitsu. They have like these stats on each of them, and they seem to be more on the fast mix-up type of spectrum. They don't have really high health or anything, so they're probably both gonna be rushdown. So I guess that's going to make for a very interesting rushdown character, having both the assists from his team and the assists from himself. So
Yeah.
Let's see, from Chaozu. So that's great. That's amazing. Like, so far the game is shaping up so nicely. I can't wait.
Well, we've got so many, like, Arxis are on it at the moment.
They're on it. They're on the ball.
Both of the games they're doing at the moment are looking stellar so far. So Cross Tag Battle and Dragon Ball Fighter Z are both looking incredible.
Right, yes, they are. And moving on to incredible news, Phantasy Star Online 2 is coming to Switch. Now for the downer. Japan only. Boo.
I'm not overly surprised, if I'm honest. I mean, I want to be surprised, but Phantasy Star for a long time hasn't done very well in the West.
It's done okay. It has fans.
Fans, yes, but not really. Like, Nintendo would bring it here if they thought they would make money out of it.
That's definitely true. But is it the servers would be up to Sega though in that case. So it would be a matter of Sega wanting to do it, but if Sega doesn't want to do it, then we're kind of fucked. Well, it's generally a very depressing notion because there's a lot of people that want to play Phantasy Star Online too. I mean, at the very least, they could have just at least made an English version and just said, servers are in Japan, deal with it. You know, I could accept that, I guess. It's not like it's the game that needs the craziest of connections anyway to play. And there are already lots of people who are jumping through hoops, quite literally, to play a hacked English version of the game on PC already.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if there was I mean, maybe this is the sort of thing where if there's enough of a market, it'll get ported later. Because there's games that have come out in Japan that when they've come over to the West have been popular, but the latest version hasn't been ported over for some reason.
And it's also a bit on the strange side to now port Phantasy Star Online 2 to the Switch. It's kind of strange, and it kind of feels strange to us in the West because you're making the effort of porting it. Why aren't you making the effort of giving it to us as well?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Well, we'll survive. So anyway, that's gonna be it for our short and sweet section, and moving on to our Nintendo Direct Bonanza, because Nintendo dropped a lot of bombs this week. Off to you, Ruben.
I don't even know where to start with the Nintendo Direct. I mean, like, obviously starting with the small things, Splatoon 2 having a returning stage on a new stage coming to it, a new weapon as well. No, a new umbrella, Splatbrella weapon coming. ARMS 3.0 is now officially out, with Lola Pop being playable, who looks great.
I played her a little bit, and she's absolutely fun. I love the whole ballooning effect that she does. It's crazy good, crazy fun.
And also the fact that update came with the ability to remap your own buttons, which is genius.
Yeah, genius. Which should have been in from the beginning, but whatever.
Yes, totally should. But we can live with that. 2 new Kirby games, I believe.
Yes, 2 new Kirby games.
The Kirby Switch game and the Kirby 3DS game. The Snipperclips is getting a new version, which I am so happy about because Snipperclips is one of the most entertaining little indie games on the Switch. And for it to have an updated version now is wonderful. Such a great call. Is
it DLC? Well, is it just going to be an update for it, or is it going to be a whole new game?
It's DLC if you have the original game, but you can buy it as its own standalone title, which would have the original as well.
Sweet. I love that game.
Rocket League. We saw some more Rocket League stuff, including the new Nintendo cars, which the Samus one looks amazing. We had reaffirmed, which we spoke about, I think, last week on the podcast, about L.A. Noire. That's coming on the 14th of November. Dragon Quest... See, I found this quite interesting. Dragon Quest Builders is coming to Switch.
Ah, I've never played that game.
Essentially, the Dragon Quest Minecraft is coming to Switch.
Cool.
Which is fantastic, because in all fairness, Dragon Quest Builders is a great little game. It's Minecraft with an actual direction to it. Um, and yeah, I had tremendous fun on that game, and playing it on the go would be a fantastic goal. Um, an update to Flip Wars as well, which was a free update, which is a great. Which I love the fact Nintendo are doing free updates to games now. Um, oh, Arena of Valor was one which intrigued me. Now I think about it.
Ah, yeah, that was
Um,
an interesting. That was interesting to me because I play it on my phone, and I have to say I'm curious as to how they're gonna make it work because
mm,
the game, when you hold an ability, you can target it by just circling with your finger like this. So how are they gonna make it work on a controller? Is what I'm curious about.
well, the Switch is touchscreen.
But are they gonna make it touch only?
I doubt it, if I'm honest.
I don't know if I would want to play it as a touch game like that. To be honest, it feels it's gonna be a little weird. It's a little thick. Uh,
Hmm.
well, not that thick. But if they do manage to make it work, it could pave the way for MOBAs on consoles.
It could.
Mm.
Well, there's already a couple of MOBAs on consoles.
Yeah, but those are like MOBAs to the effect of Smite, which are like
Yes.
3D third person 3D games. It's not a top down sort of thing. So targeting, like the targeting is the main issue there. So what
Hmm.
I'm thinking is maybe the shoulder buttons have the abilities and you use like the right thumbstick to, do the targeting. So you hold down the ability like that and you target. It's going to be a little weird, but yeah, maybe they can make it work.
Um, what's the other thing? I'll do some 3DS bits and then I'll go back to the Switch because there's a few big Switch bits. Um, Atlas announced two JRPGs coming to 3DS: Etrian
Yes.
Odyssey 5 and Alliance Alive. Etrian Odyssey 5, I'm not sure about because I'm not a massive fan of the Etrian Odyssey games. However, Alliance Alive looks amazing.
Yeah, I caught a glimpse of that as well. That looks really cool.
Minecraft coming to 3DS, which I personally find a bit redundant.
Uh, yeah.
It's on Switch already. I don't see why they needed to do that. In
Kids,
terms of other
children.
new, yeah, actually, yeah, you are right. Um, Mario Party, the top 100, which was an intriguing idea for me. The top 100 mini games from the first 10 Mario Party games, all playable on 3DS with download play as well. So if only one of you owns the game, up to four of you can play,
That's really cool. I always love
which is
that
a great
ability.
idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Amazing. It worked really well for Mario Kart.
Um, I'm oh, an announcement which I'm very excited about. Apollo Justice Ace Attorney is coming to 3DS.
Okay. Right.
I love the Ace Attorney games. So the fact that Apollo Justice, which is the missing one, the one you can't get on 3DS at the moment, is coming to 3DS makes me very happy. Um, the last couple of things that really quite intrigue me: Fire Emblem Warriors, um, which, as we know, is coming on the 20th of October. But Lyn from the Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem game is actually coming as part of the base game to Fire Emblem Warriors, which
Ooh, nice.
so happy about that. Um, Octopath Traveler, which obviously I spoke about before earlier on today, um, that we saw a whole lot of info on that, and it's looking incredible. Same with Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, 1st of December. Boys, get in.
Yay! Finally, release date for that. December 1st.
Um,
Mark your
which
calendars.
which in all fairness, that's going to be, by the sounds of things, the last big game of a really good year for the Switch.
I agree. Absolutely.
And also the special edition of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I shouldn't, but I want. I want it a lot. Um, and then the final and surprise for me, personal announcement: Doom and Wolfenstein 2,
OMG.
both coming to Switch.
I am so excited.
Um, Doom portable, yes please.
And Wolfenstein too.
Yes,
You know what this
like
means, Ruben? There are more and more proper first person shooters coming to Switch, coming to a
yes,
Nintendo console. What
and
is
not only
this?
that,
What is
not
this
only that,
world?
but not only that, but games that are as violent as Doom is coming to a Nintendo platform.
I know, right?
Because Doom is very violent.
Oh yeah.
Um, And I don't know. It's a very exciting time to be a Switch owner,
I,
especially over the next couple of months. There are because like Doom and Wolfenstein 2 are coming before the end of the year, aren't they?
they are, yeah. That I think that's what they said. They're both coming before the end of the year.
Let me just count this off and let me know if I've missed any. Mario Odyssey, Fire Emblem Warriors, Xenoblade 2, Doom, Wolfenstein 2, Sonic Forces. Have I missed any?
Skyrim.
Skyrim. These next few months are going to be incredibly money draining.
I'm in agreement. Like, but bring on the good times, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I mean, this is probably going to be the sort of thing I'm going to have to mop up in 2018. I'm not going to have the time or the money to play all of these.
Well, I'm going to have to accelerate a lot because I've got a bundle of joy coming in January, so I got to wrap all of that stuff up before the end of January because I'm going to be screwed royally in that case.
Yeah, your time is going to collapse at that point.
Yeah. But I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped for the Mario Odyssey. I mean, did you notice in the direct that both Mario Odyssey and Xenoblade look even better now? Like the graphics are a lot nicer now.
Yes, and somebody did a side by side kind of screenshot comparison of Mario Odyssey then and Mario Odyssey now, and it's not even just the graphical fidelity, the aesthetic of the game. They've altered the way that certain things look and are laid out, and it looks so nice.
Very nice, actually. Yeah. And I can see now how the direction, because people have been worried about having a Mario next to a real person, quote unquote, in the real world. I think that this is what they've been aiming for this whole time. And I think that we're seeing the real graphical fidelity of it all, it's going to actually be, make a lot more sense now.
Yeah, and not to mention, in all fairness, the Mario games are usually the most polished games that Nintendo put out.
Of course, they have to be, man.
Because like a lot of people don't like the new Super Mario Brothers games, but they were polished to a beautiful shine.
Yes.
Regardless of the fact that they were a little bit samey and a little bit derivative, they were beautifully polished. Nintendo really do pull out all the stops when it comes to their big ones, their big franchises.
Oh yes, I totally agree. Which is why I can't wait for new Metroid. New Metroid, man.
Metroid Prime
Metroid
next
Prime
year.
4,
oh my
man.
God.
That's gonna be insane. I hope that it's really polished. I hope it's really great. Nintendo hasn't given us yet any Smash, hasn't given us any new Pokemon yet, but they have really, really pulled out all the stops this year. It's a bananas year to be a Nintendo fan. And if you have a Switch, I guess your purchase might as well be justified now.
Yeah, and not to mention, if it's not justified now, by the end of the year, you have more than justified your purchase.
And it's now an amazing console for a backlog gamer. I haven't played Doom. I haven't played Skyrim. I haven't played Wolfenstein. And I saw these announcements like, yes, 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 yes. Thank you. Keep giving these things to me. I mean, lots of people are like, why should I buy Skyrim for the upteenth time? Do you know how many people are out there who haven't played Skyrim yet? They haven't had the time. Plenty.
I haven't played Skyrim.
It's an amazing backlog device.
And not only that, not only is it an amazing backlog device, but some of the new games, some of the new exclusive games coming onto Switch are, by and large, the best games coming out at the moment.
I agree. And they're going to be crazy big. It's such a good year to be a Nintendo owner. Right. So yeah, there you go. That's the Nintendo Direct Bonanza. So yes, Nintendo giving our wallets big old heart attacks now. And that's gonna do it for our for this week's weekly gaming blast. As usual, you can find us all of our content by following us on the Twitters right over here. Ruben, you can find him at ruthegamer.com, where all of his content gets linked to. And of course, my stuff you can find on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page at fb.me/AkibanaZero.
Go and follow him. He'll do more streams.
Yeah. I actually had an insane amount of fun doing that live stream, and I think I might do this a little more frequently Maybe like twice a month or something. We'll see. Not an announcement, just saying.
Follow him. He'll do more
He will
streams.
do more streams. Just follow this guy. I need more follows to survive. And all right, that's going to do it for the weekly Gaming Blast. Thanks all for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
See you soon.